For this series of lecture, we'll be looking into part 2 of the framework for digital information management in projects. And for part 2, we are specifically looking at the common data environment for an integrated project delivery. And this is very important because when you are handling construction projects, you will be dealing with different parties. Okay, you can be dealing with consultants, you can be dealing with contractors, you can be dealing with subcontractors, suppliers, nominated subcontractors, owners, government officers, different parties at different phases of the project. And there will always be exchange of information. So the question always is that if the information are not exchanged in a manner that is very effective, then it will create a lot of problems, okay, for the project. So we want to use what we call a common data environment, okay, to allow the information exchanges to be more effective, okay, or to be easily understood, right, by the different parties. So that is what we're going to do, okay, for the next few series of these video clips. Alright, so let's look at the definition of integrated project delivery first. Yeah, so integrated project delivery, or IPD, is defined, okay, to be a approach that integrates people, systems, business structures, and practices into a process that collaboratively harness the talents and insights of all participants to optimize the project results, to increase the value to the owner, to reduce waste, and maximize efficiency through all phases of the design, fabrication, and the construction. So it's quite a mouthful, but what it means is that you have different parties coming together, and working in an integrated manner. So this common data environment, or in short we call it CDE. CDE is a collaborative digital environment that can be accessed by all project parties. And CDE is defined in the ISO standard 19650, which we talked about in the previous lecture, okay, as an agreed source of information for any given project or asset for collecting, managing, and disseminating each information container through a managed process. A CDE provides a means to exchange and coordinate information with the entire supply chain. It is a virtual location where all the project information is stored and where the project team can access the information they need. A CDE is an environment, that is to say that it is a systems, okay, of system that can be made up of different types of technologies. In a project, it is important to establish exactly what functionality is required and what workflows needs to be supported before determining the technologies that can support the above. A CDE provides a single source of truth for all project information. It allows the information to be secure and to be found easily. The purpose of CDE is to make sure that all project information can be found, is reliable, can be reused, and it is secure. In a CDE environment, the information can reside, okay, in any one of the 4 states. Yeah, it can be a work in progress state where the information is being developed by its originator or task team and therefore not visible or accessible by anyone else. Or it can be in a shared state where the information approved for sharing with other appropriate task teams and delivery teams or with the appointing parties. Or it can be in the published state where the information authorized for use in more detailed design for construction or for asset management. Or the information can be in the archive state. Okay, so it's a journal of information transactions providing an audit trail of the information container development. right? So there are 4 possible states of information in a CDE environment. Either the information is a work in progress, or it is shared, or it is published, or it is archived. Again, the information when it is in the work in progress or WIP stage, it is the starting point for the creation of the project information. Documents, drawings, and models are work in progress while they are being created by the different teams. If the state changes to shared state, okay, when a piece of work in progress information, okay, is ready to be shared by others outside of the originating team, it goes to a gate where it is verified. Okay, that is to say that it is checked and reviewed. If it passes the verification, it is released into the shared area in the project CDE. At this point, the file is locked. If any additional changes is needed to be made to that file, then a new version of it is created and it returns back to the work in progress state. When it is published, the area of this CDE for coordination and validated design output for use by the whole project team. Yeah, and it is to be released into the published area, and the information goes through further approval gate from shared and is then published if it passes the required check. There could be an archive state. When the information is not actively required anymore, it is moved into the archive area of the CDE. An audit trail of all information exchanges and revisions is maintained for the project lifecycle. This area maintains the project history for the project. Collaborative working for the entire construction supply chain is essential to the success of new construction management paradigm, such as using lean construction, just-in-time manufacturing, or whole life cycle design. The new collaborative working practices means that all the architectural, engineering, construction, supply team members are involved at earlier stage in the design and construction processes, aided by newly digitally enabled processes and platform. And therefore, the use of the common data environment is essential to facilitate the work. The key components of the common data environment essential to the management and delivery of BIM-enabled projects are described as follows, the 5 bullet points as follows. The first one, the CDE provides a collaborative environment for sharing work. Ownership of information remains with the originator, although it is shared and reused. Only the originator is permitted to alter it. Shared information reduces time and cost to produce coordinated information. The use of CDE provides an immediate benefit of access to a single point of truth in terms of the project data. And finally, when the CDE is correctly set up, it provides version control as well as secure control access to the information. You may be thinking, who invented the concept of CDE in the first place? Well, the term CDE is mentioned for the first time in the British Standard BS 1192 in the year 2007, where they produced a standard called the Collaborative Production of Architectural, Engineering and Construction Information, right? And CDE, is defined as the repository. Repository is just another word for saying a site, a location, to allow for the exchange of information amongst all the members of the project team, which could be cloud computing solution or an electronic document management system. This concept was later collected in the document called PAS 1192 Part 2, Specification for Information Management for the Capital Delivery Phase of Construction Projects using BIM, prepared by the British Standard Institute, and it has been incorporated into the ISO 19650. So in terms of the concept, the CDE is a computerized tool used to collect, to manage, and to disseminate model data and project documents amongst the multidisciplinary teams in a managed process, regardless of size. It allows for an auditable, transparent, and controlled process. Working in a CDE environment ensures that the information is generated only once and is used as often as necessary by all project collaborators and stakeholders. In a CDE environment, the information belongs to the originator, although it can be shared and reused. Only the originator or the owner can modify it. CDE should be allowed to incorporate, consult, integrate project information, both files and communications between the interested parties. For example, emails, variation orders, tasks, inquiries, so on and so forth. Access management. Okay, not all interested parties must access all the information. Version control. Easy search for information, okay, through availability of filters or labels. Integrated workflow in document management. For example, approvals, comments. Visualizations and annotations of files and models. Management of federated documents. Federated documents means the documents you chop it up into specific parts for you to do your work. Or combination of multiple models for visualization and analysis, as well as export of data in a structured way. The ISO 19650 that we were talking about in the previous lecture defines CDE as an agreed source of information for any project or asset to collect, manage, and disseminate each container of information through a managed process. Therefore, CDE is an agreed source of information. A CDE is unique and will be accepted by all project teams. Normally, it will be provided by the project promoter, client, or contracting party and make available to all intervening parties and as required. It is a managed process. A process is a sequence of steps arranged with some logic, okay, that focus on achieving a specific result, and managing is assuming and carrying out the responsibility over a process. Therefore, for there to be a managed process, there must be a person in charge who carries out the sequence of steps established for the information of exchange. This actually leads us to the birth of a new role in the development of projects with BIM methodology, the Information Manager. To ensure project information is shared properly among all team members, a set of collaboration rules must be defined. Project collaboration has evolved from a mere transactional information exchange to cooperation, which implies working together on joint information towards achieving a common goal. Before BIM, the project teams used to handle documents through internet and file-based sharing tools such as Dropbox, a structure of folders that contain files, each of which the team members will be shared when needed. Access to information was managed at a folder level. Very simple on one hand, but complex when someone is not entitled to view some folders of certain folders, some files. With the advance of BIM, a file is just one part of an overall project model. The BIM model without a context description is simply incomplete. BIM requires a nomenclature for identification and automatic filtering, revisions and versions for full audit trail, and status information to indicate the current position in the workflow.